Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Tristan is the Sun, and this is another Monday's Basics video. Today we're going to be talking about setting your budget and adding some extra meat to your business plan. So if you're interested, stick around, and hopefully my information or my research at least helps somebody out there, or it gets you pointed in the right direction. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to talk about budgets. So everybody knows that you have to spend money on your business before you can actually make any money for your business. So what I've done for you guys is I've kind of made an example budget for you, so it makes a little more sense to you guys. And I've also inserted a link in the description box provided by score.org, of an actual template that you can have for your own, and you can use that. Or if you're a do-it-yourself person, you have to draw it out for you to understand it. That's perfectly fine. You can go ahead and grab a pen and a piece of paper, or pull up a Excel spreadsheet, and let's go ahead and get started. So you're gonna have four columns, four basic columns. For my Excel users, that's gonna be labeled under the A, B, C, and D columns. In column A, you're gonna label it categories. Column B is going to be labeled budgeted. Column C is going to be labeled expenses, and column D is going to be labeled differences or difference, whatever works for you. Now, the spreadsheet that I use personally is from entrepreneurs.com. They did not have a pre-made template for you guys. They just have a screenshot of it on entrepreneur.com. I will put the link in the description box as well if that one helps you out a little bit more and trying to read my illegible chicken scratch that I'm about to show you. Back to the matter at hand. So in category, in column A, you're going to then divide that column into two columns. And the top column is going to be labeled fixed expenses. These are expenses that you can't live without, things that don't change. They never change. It's never a surprise when you get the bill in the mail, if you get the bill before you pay it, things of that nature. So, for example, I just wrote down rent, car note, loan, okay? And then the next sub-column below that one is going to be labeled variable expenses, or you can label it changing expenses. And those are expenses that constantly change. They're never the same. And they either fluctuate all the time. Little bit of money, big amount of money, doesn't matter. Write it down. So, for example, I have your utility bill, your credit card, if you don't max it out, your credit card bill, supplies for said business, merchandise for your business, groceries, things of that nature, things that don't typically happen around the house. Let's say you need a plumber to fix your toilet or your sink. That would go under variable expenses because it doesn't happen every single month. So after that, you want to move over to column B after you've labeled after you've ran down the list of everything that you spend money on. In column B, which is labeled budgeted, you're going to then input the amount of monies that you spent. So for example, I put for rent $400, car note $300, loan $500. So it's going to look like this. And then here are your categories, your fixed expenses, and then your variable expenses directly below. Next to it would be the amount spent, $400, $300, $500, and so on and so forth. Next, you're going to move over to column C, which is your expenses with the word actual money spent in the brackets below. You're going to go through your budgeted column and add all of those numbers up, okay? And then you're going to put the added amount, or the sum total of those figures into column C directly below actual. And for example's sake, I spent for this month $1,777.70, okay? This is also going to be broken up into a sub-column, and it really just depends on how you learn, but for example's sake, it's broken into a sub-column. So directly below what you've actually spent, you're also going to label your income and put how much you make a month, whether that is a paycheck, from your full-time job, and a credit card that you use, which is in turn going to be a bill anyway as well. Or if you're already selling your services to somebody, that's also going to be your income. So you want to put that all in there. You can add it all up, or you can break it down for yourself. For my example, I just put my fake income and a fake credit card amount. So I put it right here in column C, expenses, actual, the actual amount that was spent, and then directly below right here is going to be your income, $2,000 check from said job, and then a $300 credit card to help with the expenses. Okay, so now that you've got your actual expenses in a summed amount, you're then going to flip it and subtract your expenses from your total income. Okay, once you get that total income amount, that's going to go into the difference column, which is for my Excel users. Again, column D, pen and paper people, your last column on your page is going to go under your differences. This is going to reflect how much money you have left over, or how much you should have left over. In this case, I have $523 left over that I can save, or I can use towards more supplies, or just hang on to, or if you know what I mean. So that's what that column looks like right there. So that's basically the way I use my budgets. Now it's also a good tool to have. It's really good to have a business budget plan in place, because it's going to help you plan ahead. You're going to prioritize your spending as well as your funds, and gauge whether your financial predictions are being met. And if they're not being met, then you can go back and see if you can tweak and fix your variable expenses. Let's say your utility bill is too high for last January. Maybe you need to turn off some more lights, disconnect some things in the sockets, and see if that works. Things of that nature. So you just want to see if you can lower the budgeted amount for your variable expenses, especially for supplies, so you can turn a profit later on down the road. And it's also going to help you reflect your revenue as well as your costs. I think I've already said that. A business budget plan is not that hard. It's just hard to train yourself to constantly write everything down. And if you save all of your receipts and you do it at the end of the month, it's a lot harder to write it all down, because you don't know when you spent it. You don't know if that purchase was made for that month, or if it was made for the previous month, so you have to put it in there anyway. It's just better to just write it down the day you make the purchase. Just write it down. So now we're going to go back and go over and add some more meat to your business plan. If you've already gone through and watched my business plan video that I've already made, I believe, I'll link the video in the description box below. Now you want to go through those bullet points and just add some extra personality to it. You don't need big flowery words to explain what you're trying to do. Basically, this business plan, as much as it's for an investor, it's also a roadmap for yourself. You should be able to gauge your plan and expectations based off of your business plan. You should be adding an additional fashion line to your already made clothing store that you have by December 15th. And you just really want to include how you plan to obtain those goals, and just be really realistic about it. And it's also good to just have, if you don't plan on having any type of investors for it, it's also just good to have a business plan in key. So it sets your personal expectations for yourself. It outlines your work values, why you're here, who your competition is, how you plan to beat said competition out, whether your services are cheaper or just better for the community. You offer jobs for the community, and things of that nature. You just want to add a lot more meat to it. I know that I mentioned a lot of this information back on my previous video. I just want to reiterate it, that you always want to go back a couple months down the road, look at your business plan and kind of revamp it, just freshen it up a little bit. In this day and age, you don't need a long business plan. You really just need, right now, the average business plan, unless it's something like ridiculously insane that my mind can't even comprehend, the average business plan is about 1 page long, because it describes exactly what you're planning on doing and how you plan on getting to that point, to achieve that specific goal. So just really add some personality to it every couple of months as you're working on your business, working towards your goals. Definitely go back, look at it, see if your work values have changed. If your goals have changed, switch out your goals. If you've obtained those goals, explain what goals you've already obtained, or why your goals have changed. And definitely list your achievements as well. So it kind of makes you feel a little bit better about your business just starting out. And I know this is really short on just revamping and going back through your business plan, but I definitely don't want to repeat myself through my whole video. So I will link the business plan video in the description box below. I really hope my budget video, this whole video itself, actually helped you guys and at least got you pointed in the right direction. If you guys have any questions, and if I find any more additional information, the dog's right behind me. If I find any more additional information about budgeting, or if I've missed anything, please feel free to just let me know and comment me and let me know if I made a mistake. We're all human, everyone makes mistakes, you just have to get back up and try it again. So I hope everyone's having a great day, and thank you again for watching my channel. You guys have a wonderful Monday. Bye!